Hello everyone, welcome back to the DevOps Mindset. So in this video, we are gonna discuss about the AWS Data Exchange Service. So the AWS Data Exchange Service makes it easy for the AWS customers to find and subscribe the third-party data from the wide range of the providers. The data is delivered through the files, tables, and API. You can access the data any of the forms. If you're willing to get the data in the files, there are a lot of the data products are available, so you can use those. If you're willing to use the APIs of that data products, you can get it through the APIs and tables. So this is how you can navigate to this console. So if you want to search any product or the data, you just go to the catalog and type your search. Suppose if you want to get the credit data, search here. So you will find a lot of the providers are there to provide you the credit related data, and also you have the category. You can select which categories of the data you want to get, and apart from that, vendor, if you are willing to get the data of particular vendors. Suppose you want to get it from the TransUnion, there are the TransUnion product as well available, right? So those are the filters you can get applies. And after suppose you want to get the free data, so also you will be able to get the data, free data for the credit reports. Okay, this is on the product page. You just go through that, do the overview, the usage pattern, product offer, and you will be asked to provide the information that is need for the providers to provide you that data. Once this is the information you filled up, and then after you can send the subscription request to provider will approve, and then approval is done, and later on your data products will be available here. Enter your my subscription. So I already subscribed to the two data products, which is AWS Exchange for the Amazon S3 test product, and this is another one is coronavirus disease COVID-19 testing data. So in this demo we are gonna use this data. So suppose we are inside the data, so every information you will get here, right? So data about the data and what the form of the data you are gonna access. Okay, right up there, this is the name of the data sets, and under that you will be having the revision of that data. So you can access any one of that. Let's suppose I am accessing this one. So under that revision you can have the data in the form of the CSV and the JSON. So whatever your preference to get that data, you can get the data accordingly. So in this case we will do one demo using that data sets. So what we are gonna do, we are gonna export these data sets in S3 bucket to do analytics. So let's create the S3 bucket. Let's create a S3 bucket. So I'll data exchange, we'll keep in Virginia, AWS data exchange COVID, any name you can use for your bucket. That should not match with the existing bucket, right? Keep everything as a default. Let me create it. So bucket is created. Let's go back to data exchange console. So suppose if you want to do query on that, so you also can export this entire revision, but in this demo we just only get one of data sets only. So this data, this state underscore daily.csv have 5 megabytes of data. So let's export this only. So I'm going to export. So you have the options like export revision to Amazon S3, export selected selected asset to the Amazon S3 bucket. So these particular sets we are gonna take it. So exports, you just find out your bucket, Yeah, so this one we have created, right? This one, COVID-1, and we are gonna export this there. So keep for the simplicity, we will keep that. It has created one of the exporting job. So this created this job. What this job is doing, this is exporting that data to that bucket. So automatically the data is being exported there. This is how the job is completed. If you go back to that bucket, let me refresh it. So this is our bucket. If we can see this one, and here is a data sets is available. So let's query it. So to query this, we are gonna use Amazon Athena. Let's go to Athena. We'll create one database under AWS data catalogs. So what I'm doing, create database data exchange. So this we will create that particular database in that data source AWS data exchange. Let me run this query. Query is completed. As you can see, we have two databases available. One is default, another one is data exchange, which we just created, right? So let's go to the crawler. So we will create the table. So we will create the table with the help of the crawler. Create the crawler. So COVID data exchange, this is the name of that crawler. Do the next, add the data source. So we will keep that S3. These are a lot of the option, but we have put our data in S3 bucket, so we'll keep that. This is the path that need to be selected to get that data. So in this bucket, COVID-19 data sets. So this is the data, right? So I'll keep that one only. Let go me back one step. I'll select that data sets. So this is what it's selected, data sets. Start. Let's do next. It asks you to create the IAM role. So what I will do, I'll create one, COVID data exchange. So what it'll do is it will create one role. That role have the permission that will allow the crawler to crawl on the data in that particular bucket. So this is created. So role is created now. So this one we have created. Let's do next, and it will ask you the database. So earlier, as you can in our Athena, we have created that database. You can select that. So in this database, this crawler will create the table, right? If you willing to add any prefix in the beginning of the tables, you can create, and whatever the weekly or the frequency of the crawler you want to use, you can. Let's do next. So you can review the settings. It's very easy to set up the crawler, and let's create the crawler. So crawler is successfully created. Let's run it. It is running and it is crawling that particular CSV file which we have imported from that AWS data exchange product, and now it's crawling that. So it will infer the schema from that data. It will take around 1 minute, I guess, and after you will be having the tables created. So the crawling is successful. The table is created. One table is created. So we also can see the tables from here as well. So this is the table name, this is the database, and this is the location. Everything we can see from here. And let's go to the Amazon. This is how the schema is here for that. Let's go to Athena. So we'll refresh this to load those tables. So we need to select the data source. This is the AWS category and data exchange product, and then after this is the data sets table is created here, right? This is a table that that Vision created here. So we want to run the query, so we'll do some preview query. So select everything from the data exchange or data sets and limit 10. So this execution is successful, and this is how you can see the results of that. But you also can run the complex query on that to get that data, right? So this is how you can use the AWS Data Exchange to get the third-party data and do analytics in the Amazon Athena and other services.